is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hello everyone, UV here with Lime Cellular. Thank you for joining us today. I'll give a couple more minutes for people to completely, be settled and have the screen ready. So we'll start shortly. Thank you. All right, so thank you for joining us today. Again, this is UV Lime Cellular on a quick update to our loyalty program tool. This tool has been with us for a long time, and we made some updates based on your feedback and revamped the whole interface. As you can see as we go along, we updating screens to a new fresh look, if it's reporting or tables or billing or whatever. We're moving forward to kind of update the interface. And loyalty program is probably one of our most used feature, and it's about time to give it a facelift and add a couple more capabilities. Again, based on your feedback, our experience, and day-to-day work. So thank you. Happy Halloween. So the first screen you see as you create like a loyalty program, it's the table of all your loyalty programs, because on each advertiser account, you can basically have multiple loyalty programs. One of the big add-ons that we had is now that you can add multiple locations on one list and on one loyalty program, and I'll talk about it in a few minutes. And so as you can see, the interface here is kind of fresh and new. If you're not familiar with the punching button here, basically it opens up a pop-up that lets you punch manually, not out of our kiosk or in the locations. Some people like to have that saved. You can basically send it to your phone and you can punch people's numbers out of your phone, or you can have people punch via SMS. Basically you punch via SMS. This is kind of legacy support for phones that back then didn't have internet. But the best way is basically send a link to your phone and you can save it like as a home screen and you can punch numbers. Hold on, Michelle is telling me the slides are not changing. You don't see the pop-up, but the slide didn't change, it just added a pop-up in the middle. Hold on. Okay. How about now? Okay, so I guess I'll leave it like this, because when I click the play button, it doesn't change that's all right. So anyway, this is the pop-up where you punch numbers, and basically you can punch it manually right from here from the pop-up. You can send yourself a link, or you can punch via SMS, which has a format that you need to put like the keyword in, then the phone number you want to punch for, but that's not much used anymore. All right, we'll go to the second slide, which is the actual loyalty program. So as you can see, I can't press play here. Is it showing, Michelle? Does it show the screen around slide 3? Okay. So this is the new loyalty program interface, or wizard. You remember the old one was kind of old looking and very crowded. So we basically divided it to slides, and it's like a wizard as opposed to everything being one screen. So basically you'll select the program name, select an opt-in list, and starting tomorrow, you'll be able to select multiple opt-in lists. So if you have multiple locations, if you have 5 locations of an ice cream shop or a dry cleaner, right, or anything, and they want to have one loyalty program, which means I come and I buy ice cream in this location and ice cream on another location, and you want them to have one loyalty program for all location, which means I collect points on each location to one program. From now on, you'll be able to do that. So here, now it lets you just select one opt-in list, but starting tomorrow, you'll see an interface that will select multiple opt-in lists. Now, this whole thing is going to be available tomorrow morning on your account. It's not available today. So basically, just wait for the morning and we'll do a server upgrade, and this new interface will open for everyone. Now, just like we have today, you can do purchases or visits. If you do purchases, you'll be able to track the amount of purchases. We have that with the version 2 of the tablet, that you can basically enter the amount you buy. So let's set a goal for, in this example, If I say visits, it's basically like a car wash or a coffee shop. Every time I buy a coffee, that's like the virtual punch card where I give them the card, they punch it. So you can do visits in this case, and you can select, let's say, 10 visits. And if I come 10 times to that place, every time I wash my car or get a coffee, that's 10 punches, that will be visits. If you want to do a program that based on the amount purchased, you select the purchases. And with the tablet version 2 that we have, if you get it from us, there is, if you select a purchases type of loyalty program, there, once you enter the phone number, it will ask you to enter the amount of the purchase. So let's go back to the ice cream shop. I set a goal of $25. Every time I come buy ice cream for $2, $3, it's going to keep adding. When I add the 25, that hits the goal. Now, you can do the starting date, obviously, and you can just comfortably here select make program ongoing. This is a change that we did here in the new interface as well, or you can select an end date. Most people say, you know, the old program, old interface we had, start date and end date, most people just don't know when they want to end it. They just wanted to have it ongoing. So we made it here simple. I don't know why you can't see. Hold on. Michelle, does it only see my screen when I like change the window to this view? When I do the full screen, I guess it's not showing. Okay. That will mess up my slides a little bit. So I don't know which screen you saw when I was talking, but this is the screen I was talking about. The purchases and the visits, the start of the program, and make it ongoing. Okay, let's jump to the next slide. So the next slide is basically the checkpoints. As you see here, you move with the wizard, it will show you where you at, right? On top here. So this, we did the program, we set the goal, how much money or how many visits, and yeah, I'm starting to get questions here. Guys, this is a whole white label program as we do in the past 10 years. And obviously the logos and everything will be showing just like today. So this is all white label service, and the program is the same as it was these days. The coloring and everything. I'm showing it under Lime Cellular branding, so obviously it's showing my branding. But once you sign up for a white label program, it's showing your branding. So going to the checkpoints, Michelle, let's keep the question at the end. That kind of throws me off at this point. I'll probably answer most of it as I'm going here. So again, going back, in this example, we select purchases, right? So this is a purchases loyalty program, and we can set checkpoints, right? What are checkpoints? Checkpoints saying, okay, my goal was $25, but I want to set a checkpoint at $5 that I want to give something, right? This is just hypothetical example here. It doesn't have to make sense business-wise, but let's say we have a goal of $25, but after $5, I want to give a cup of coffee. So I can add a checkpoint by pressing this button here and say after $5, send them this message. It can be a text with a coupon or just text, whatever you like. If you select the coupon, you obviously need to have this prepared, the coffee coupon, and then you add it to the program. So in this case, $5 after I'll get a cup of coffee, $25. It's whatever I set at the goal. So we'll move to the next slide, which is the reach goal, right? Again, this is a hypothetical example. So here at the goal, $25, I'll get a pizza, right? Or a $5 off pizza. But again, this is completely up to you to set it up. If you do the visits, it's basically based on every visit you come in, and if you select for purchases, it's based on the amount of money you spend, not how many visits. If you're coming every day and spending 50 cents, it's going to take you a while to get to the goal. But if you spend $15 worth of ice cream this first day, second day another 15, just like I do when I take my kids, right? So then I'll reach the goal much faster. So in this case, you reach the goal and you set up the text message and the coupon. Again, the coupon is not mandatory. Highly recommended because everyone loves our couponing feature. And there's no additional cost or anything, but it looks much, much better when you sell it to the business owner with a nice, good-looking coupon that they can track and trace. And that's the couponing webinar. So reach goal is basically what they get when they reach the goal of this program. Now, let's go again. This is not that I planned. Punch alert. Punch alert is basically letting you, every time they punch, it lets you send them like a kind of follow-up message, just like we see here. Hey, John, 5 points be added to your profile. You're now 10 points away, right? And this is completely up to you to set it. The status merge tag that we have here will basically send the amount of points that they have at this point. So that's why you want to use the status merge tag. And a lot of times we've been asked to not send a punch alert or a punch status after they punch it, right? Because most of the time you say, no, thank you for your visit, this is your status, blah, blah, blah. A lot of times people say, we want to save on the messaging, but we don't want those alerts. We tell them at the store, we're good. So the old program, you would have to delete all the text from this text box, and then the system won't send it won't have anything to send. But now, just conveniently, we added a checkbox here, say, do not send punch alerts. Okay, so just to make it simple and easy for you to kind of manage the program and have it nice and clear. A new capability that we added to this program, to this interface, or to this software piece, is a time frame. And now you can limit how many punches they can do per, down to the hours, right? We've done it with days, and then we got a customer that said, no, it's not good enough because they have mornings and sometimes they come back at night. So you can limit the time frame down to the hours of them punching. If you don't want to keep coming back, or if you want to prevent, like when I don't know, if 2 people come in, they kind of pass the phone and the same number, and kind of, getting the same points from one person instead of split between 2 people, things of that nature. It varies from business to business, but you have the capability here to set a limit how often I can punch, right? So in this case, I selected 5 hours. I cannot punch now and in 20 minutes again. The system will prevent it and make you wait 5 hours to be able to punch again. You can do it 5 days, 5 weeks, or 10 months. It's up to you. Again, varies between programs. If you do an annual thing, so you want to set it to 12 months, up to you. Now, a cool thing that we did have in the old software, but maybe it wasn't so clear. But this is a feature that 5 stars, for example, are a popular loyalty program out there are bragging about, is kind of the automation. And I think it's really cool because it reminds people about the business, reminds them to come back. And basically what it does is, in this case, if 2 weeks went before my last punch, right, it will tell me that it will send me this message. It can be a message with a coupon. You can kind of entice them to come back with something included in the coupon, or you can just say, hey, it's been a while, stop and visit, just kind of like a kind message. It's really up to you. Or you can do something more transactional with the coupon. So basically what it does, it sends you a reminder. Or if, let's say I went to the ice cream shop and I'm going twice a week, whatever, and now for 2 weeks I didn't show up, it will send me, hey, it's been a while, we're looking to see you again. Here's free topping, right, for your next visit, something like that. So again, this is the first punch reminder. We have second punch reminder and first punch reminder. Second punch reminder, the same thing basically. It just has to be longer than the first one. So, again, it varies between business to business. If it's a body shop, if it's a car wash, if it's an ice cream store, I'm pretty sure the notification will be in a different time frame. But basically, that's what it is, reminding people about your business and kind of send them a kind message to come back. So you have first and second punch reminders here. Check status is, again, you can set a keyword that if people text that keyword, it will tell them what is their current status of points. You also can include that status merge tag in the reminders. So you say, hey, you have 8 out of 10 or whatever in the punch reminders as well. It's kind of to say, hey, you're losing on points that you already earned. Why not coming back? Okay, so this is something I've mentioned before, the loyalty over multiple locations. So starting tomorrow, this is how it's going to look. Instead of a drop-down list for one opt-in list, you'll be able to add multiple lists to here. And what it's going to do, again, maybe I'll explain a little more about it. Let's say, again, I have 5 ice cream shops, right? And I want to have one loyalty program that applies to all the stores, which means I buy 1 ice cream here, 2nd ice cream there. Now I bought 2 ice creams in the program. So until today, you would have to have all 5 locations on the one opt-in list. And that's okay, and it worked. But what if you want to send a text blast separate to, or kind of have each location under a separate list? So if you want to text something to store A and not store B, maybe store C is kind of weak today, and you want to send a text message to, bring people today between, for something that is valid just for that day. Maybe the other stores are busy. You don't need to send a blast there. So this, what it does is basically lets you have one loyalty program and a few opt-in lists underneath for whatever use case you have. And it just gives you more capabilities. So if you want to text just part of or a few of your stores or one store, you don't have to send a text blast to everyone. So basically you can have multiple lists and one loyalty program to cover the whole company. So this is one of the new capabilities. this is big. This is cool. We got that demand a lot. A lot of people go and compete head to head with other loyalty programs out there. And our resellers often get to a point where they want to transfer someone that's using another brand, but the store owner tells them, I'll move, but what do I do with all the people that are already accumulated points? So because before this feature, they would have to start from scratch, which was a showstopper for a few brands or a few businesses. And now with this feature, basically to the upload contact feature that we have, there is another option, which will be available tomorrow morning, to upload previously opted in loyalty contacts, which means migration from another loyalty program. And we're also going to update the Excel file, which you have a new column here. So when you upload your list, basically what you need to do is download the CSV file from the other program and then make sure it's aligned with our new one. So you can basically will have to move around some columns, won't take more than 5 minutes. And so maybe other programs have the phone number second and the name first and then the amount of points. So all you have to do is kind of move the punches to column O and put the number in column A and the B and whatever, right? The phone number is the only mandatory field when you upload contact. But if you include names and gender and date of birth and email, and now loyalty punches, it will, you would have to organize the data that way. I'm sure most of you, for all of you are familiar, you just hold the column, move it around, and have it organized in the same order. I think it's a big deal, this feature, because now it allows you, it's another good selling point when you can migrate people. There's a lot of programs out there that charge a lot of money. They don't even have all the features we have. So that allows you as a reseller to be more, have more capabilities to move people over. So now after I kind of walk through everything, I would go to Q&A. And for the people that attended up until, now, there's a lot of people today. I'm really happy. Thank you. Appreciate the support and that you joining us. But at the end, we'll pick a happy person and we'll give him $100 towards Lime. If you're an existing customer, we towards your next bill. If you're new, it will be towards your sign up, whatever you guys like, towards kiosk licenses, whatever you guys want. And let's see if there's any questions here that I can answer before we wrap it up. So stay tuned. Some people have good questions and maybe we'll answer yours instead of you calling support later. So their points assignable for amount spent. Yeah, with the new kiosk, there's people you asked about $1 equal 1 point. Yes, basically when you select $25 at the goal, and let's say I went and bought ice cream for $3.95, you would see that you basically enter 3.95, right, as the dollar amount, and each dollar is 1 point. But even on the new kiosk interface, if you use the kiosk, you'll see the dollar sign. So we kind of match it. The 1 point is $1. On the visits, again, it's visits. On the dollar amount, it's dollar amount. Can this be used on the Lime tablet? Yeah, absolutely. This is if you have the version 2 kiosk and up, and you select purchase and you sync it, then the tablet will have that interface. It's kind of cool. The way we did it is that you enter your phone number as an end user, and we don't want the end user to enter the amount, right? Because he can enter whatever he wants. But once you enter the number, you turn the tablet towards the cashier, and that flips the screen and show to enter the dollar amount. Once you enter dollar amount, you click OK. That submits the phone number with the dollar amount to our system, and you can flip back the tablet. So you can use it with, our stands that we provide you guys. You can do that flip. But if you get your own stand, you just need to make sure you're able to kind of flip it from the user to the cashier. Are these points assignable for amount? Yeah, that we answered that. Can this be? Yes. Can you explain how the punch works? Okay, I just explained it. So can you explain how the punch works? So if you choose the dollar amount, again, the user enters the phone number, then you flip it, and the cashier enters the dollar amount. Is there any limit to the number of locations? It's the limit of how many opt-in lists you can have on an account. I think the default is 100. So that's your answer. It's the amount of opt-in lists you can physically have on under account, which the default is 100. Anything else, Michelle? All right, so thank you very much. We were able to squeeze it in 30 minutes, which is really good. Again, thank you very much. Happy Halloween, and we'll see you soon with the next update. Thank you so much.